Hello everyone, my name, as always, is Chaos in the Sky, and welcome back to more of Anime Villainous' Tournament Arc 2024. For today's match, we have reached the halfway point of round 1, and we're finally going to be getting into the bottom half of this bracket with Kidjays versus Egg. Let's get right into it and see how it turns out. Okay, here we go with, I believe, Game 4 of Tournament Arc. It is going to be Egg first. Egg wins the roll between himself and Kidjays. So we're going to see Egg get to ban out the gate here. Who will Egg be banning, though? That is the question. Why are they moving these? I took my hand off Wazda. These guys, how dare they? We're going to see Egg ban Gendo. Classic. Everyone, like, it's like saying, say the line, Bart, to Egg. This guy hates playing against Gendo. Who is Kidjays going to ban? This also is a, This is a rematch between these two because they were in the same qualifier bracket. We're going to see the Dio ban from Kidjays. I believe Dio is the popular ban for this year, so we're probably going to be seeing a lot of bans on him. And both players have chosen their villains. Who is it going to be? Cell versus QB. Okay. I would say QB is a little favored in this matchup. QB can normally do pretty well under heavy fate pressure, and Cell relies on some heavy fate pressure to buy time for defeating the androids and dealing with the sheer amount of heroes he has to defeat to complete his game. Ooh, I like this. I like this lineup that Kidjays has done up here, and even putting them in strength order as well. I like that. All right, so we're right off to the races on this one. We're going to be seeing Kidjays versus Egg. I am excited for it. And we are going to see Kidjays use his mulligan. Must not have liked his starting hand. Probably didn't have either a Labyrinth or Omnipresence in it, if I had to guess. Or Grief Seeds. Grief Seeds would be a good turn 1 hand. And so we begin. Egg is going to go straight to Carnival, not going to Arena. Probably wants to get some discarding in that case. Didn't have many playable cards to go to Arena first. Getting the immediate time stop, that is a big deal. QB games, the amount of tempo that an early QB has is dependent on when the first time stop hits. So getting it right off the riff is very good for Egg. Trunks is a good get here for Kidjays. This is very interesting. Blocking Tropical Islands instead of Arena. Interesting decision, wanting to stop the movement and the gain 3 double power gain. We are going to see an early Grief Seeds followed by some discards from Kidjays. And Egg is going to go to Tropical Island because he wants that power. Ooh, he had 17 already in hand. That is a good start for Cell. I can understand thinking about blocking Tropical Island instead of Arena when playing as QB because QB, you know, only cares so much about getting fated, so it's not as paramount to block the top fate. Slowing down Cell's plays is a reasonable choice, I would say. We're going to see a charade here, and I think Kidjays didn't discard anything from that charade, so that must be some really good cards. We're going to see Egg throw down Multiform, hit Android 17 with the -1, and discard Reconnaissance. Discarding Supercomputer. Interesting. Probably wants to rush to Absorbs and other such things, just try and speedrun a bit. Since he got the early 17. There's Goku, and that one's going to block the top fate. Makes a lot of sense. So it's going to lock down a lot of Cell's fate pressure here. Although with Android 17 already out, also the first Labyrinth and Grief Seeds already. This is a strong start from both villains. And Egg is actually going to be going to Tropical Island here and doing an instant transmit to weaken 17 again. Must not have had a perfect barrier or an absorb. Very interesting. But QB is fate locked, so it's not like he has to worry about getting hit with a fate that could stop him from killing 17. We're going to see the Kyoko play to downtown by getting rid of Selfish Wish. I love this little lineup he's done up here. That's actually so cool. Throwing at Machinations at Carnival. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that that is going to happen. And then just move Kyoko into the Labyrinth. She could immediately get hit with the transformation, but, you know, there are only 3 transformations. Might not get one. Big disappearances from Cell to get some power back. A time stop and a Hunting Witches. So can get rid of Kirsten here. That does give another power back to QB. Oh, and Egg is actually thinking twice about it. Instead, he's going to time stop Monica's bedroom to block that gain 1 and discard. Entering semi-perfect by getting rid of 17. Now he's got to draw his way to 18. No telling where she's at in the deck. We're going to see Kidjays go over to Monika's bedroom even with the time stop there. Not a good time for Tien. This is probably going to be a Piccolo moment. Oh, no, actually. He is going to play Tien. No, that's not how Tien works. He's confusing Tien for Matsuda from Light's deck is what happened right there. Yeah, Piccolo is definitely the better pull. Ginger Town is fine here, but Arena is also a good one. The double cover on Arena with Goku, I think, is really good because that's just going to absolutely mess with that fate pressure with a full-strength Goku and Piccolo there. We're going to see him throw down an Immortality. Very likely to go off when playing against Cell. Back over to Ginger Town for Cell. Probably wants to discard some of this massive hand he has. He's going to throw out a Time Machine first to shuffle something back in and draw. He's going to get the supercomputer back. Very understandable. And I assume, yeah, I was about to say, I assume we're going to see a huge discard here. A variety of cards. He wants to get to 18 fast now because QB is a bit of a ticking time bomb. Eventually, QB will get these girls out and kill them. We're going to see a companion thrown down, giving an extra play card whenever at a hero's location. It's going to be very useful for Kidjays, assuming he's going to be getting some more heroes out, and he is going to Omnipresence to get another hero out right now. It looks like. I think he was looking at getting Sayaka out. Or he could be playing his other Labyrinth. He is playing his other Labyrinth. I called it right before he did it. I was like, what could he do other than play the hero here with Grief Seeds already out? And the answer is to set up the next Labyrinth. Egg is not happy about this and is going to go for a Fate. A time stop and a transformation. Probably looking at transformation here for Kyoko. Which is going to let him shuffle a random card from the hand into the deck. We don't even get to see what it is. It's not often you see Kyoko activated, but there wasn't a target for it. And then moving Kyoko over to Mita Kahira Park, so it doesn't get rid of this time stop, and it doesn't put her at either of these labyrinths. Shuffling back in, I think that was Charade and... What was that? Immortality? Or not Immortality. Charade and Persuasion. Wants to get some moving happening. And then Egg is doing some discarding and throwing down a Cell Jr. and calling it a turn there. The Cell Juniors are at 2 strength now. This is going to allow Kidjays to use the Fate. The top Fate, that is. We're going to see Krillin come out here. Probably Ginger Town? Yeah. That's going to make Piccolo and Goku that much more annoying to handle. And then... Machinations at the Arena. Fair bet. Might not trigger super soon, but will trigger at some point, I imagine. Egg does not like that Krillin is here. He's just going to go gain himself 4 power and then punch Krillin in the mouth. Maybe discard to search for 18 harder. Indeed he is, even getting rid of an Absorb. And there goes Krillin. Alright, Kidjays, what you got? Over to Downtown. Persuasion to get Kyoko in place. Still has 2 player cards, but probably not enough power to make use of them all. Elsa Maria, very strong one to have in place. And that will put Kyoko down to just 1 strength now. Once again, Egg, very displeased. Is about to say we'll probably see back to the start. So Kyoko is safe until another hero is played. Assuming Kidjays has... We're also going to see a Bug Drone to gain a little bit of power. And then more discarding to try and find 18. I think we're probably going to see a Fate and then a hero play here from Kidjays, if I had to guess, which is going to be a pretty strong turn for him. Senzu has Krillin, and who else is in there to target? I think it's Krillin and Satan, so we're probably going to see Krillin played here. Indeed we are. Probably right back to Ginger Town? Oh no, actually at Carnival so that he can't immediately kill him on this turn. Interesting. And then we are going to see the Desperate Wish that is going to get Sayaka out, which is going to get rid of back to the start at the end of turn. Is he going to discard Companion at the end of this turn is the real question. He's using his extra play card from Companion to Charade again. Fair. Low on power, but a lot of deck control going on here. And doesn't have to worry about power too much with 2 Labyrinths and 2 allies out. Kidjays is actually in a pretty strong position here. I might even say that Cell is already semi-perfect, but with 18 not on the board and Piccolo and Goku both sitting in Arena, I might even say that he's in the lead right now. He did get rid of Companion. He's getting ready to clash Kyoko. Knows that a Fate can't happen this time, so he's basically guaranteed to pull it off. Egg is using Time Chamber on Krillin to shuffle a card back into his deck, and it's going to be Disappearances. He wants to make sure he has a lot of power going into Showdown, because he's going to need to Kamehameha his way to victory fast, before QB can really go through these girls. Actually ended up discarding... Okay, is discarding disappearances? No, playing disappearances. That makes more sense. Lot of power. It looks like while Egg got an early 17, he's gotten a very late 18. Oh, deciding not to discard that Cell Jr., even though it would let him dig more? He's struggling with the decision if he's willing to give up more cards that he wants to play to get to 18 faster. I wonder if 18 was that last card or not. We're going to see Kidjays, of course, going over to downtown so he can clash Kyoko, and we're also going to see him probably omnipresencing another Wish. Indeed he is. There's Mommy, because he needs another target here now, and he will get to clash Kyoko at the end of this turn, and get Sayaka and Mommy both down in strength. So this is going very well for Kidjays, and he gets to drop until he has 5 cards in hand, as we can see there. Kidjays is in a pretty good position here. I did say that I think QB might like this matchup a little bit, and we're seeing Egg Fate. Whoops, he went straight to his Fate. We're going to see a Friendship, probably just removing all of these tokens. Time Stop doesn't do a lot here. And there is Android 18 along with the Krillin Clash. So 18 is out. She has no strength reduction on her yet, but she is here and at the bottom Fate. Kidjays doesn't like that. He's going to go and get a Fate himself. Vegeta is a good Fate, but we could see Cell games here. I think it's Gohan, and then it might reshuffle? He is going to choose to go for Vegeta. Gohan wouldn't be very good here, and I don't know what the other card is. I don't know. I don't think there's another hero in the Fate deck. I think it would reshuffle, and he could get Mr. Satan, or maybe just Krillin. He'd really want... Tien wouldn't be good here either. I think Vegeta was the right play there. Oh, we're going to see a Madness on Elsa Maria, because Ophelia is here to keep the thing going anyway, so it's going to be a -3, 2 from Madness, 1 from Elsa Maria, and then a -1 there. Definitely we could see Mommy die here, actually, if he has a Torment in hand, and I don't think we've seen many Torments go by, so it seems very plausible. Ooh, Special Beam on Vegeta. He couldn't do that because of Goku, though. Oh, you might have just heard a, You might have just heard a Windows sound effect. That's my bad. That was on my end, not yours. My mistake if you heard that. I forgot that I had that running in the background and it would make that noise. My apologies. Back to what's happening here. That Machinations is still in play. Not Kidjays. Egg, realizing that he can't defeat Vegeta because Goku is still here, is going to choose to go to Tropical Islands instead and kill Trunks, moving over Multiform. And getting the supercomputer out at long last. So he's going to be able to... He could very easily kill Android 18 on his turn, which would be a huge boon. And Kidjays, I don't think, can do anything about it. He has no way of fading right now. But he can get a kill on Mommy, provided he has Torment. And he does. So he's going to get to kill Mommy here, and Sayaka is going to be at -2. But he still has 2 to go. We are going to see the big kill on 18 here, along with a Fate on Kidjays. Transformation just a little too late. Instead, he's going to Hunting Witch Candeloro. Kidjays has recovered a good bit of power by now. He would have liked to have the discount is the word I'm thinking of. The discount on the effects for a while, so unfortunate to lose that, but he still gets to draw 5 cards, which is nice. And of course, we're seeing Cell enter Showdown here as he has defeated his last one. Oh, 16! Oh, Gohan already did pass earlier. Cell games on 16 might have actually been the play over Vegeta, but I still think Vegeta was a good enough play. Egg is going to get the Tien Android 16 pull here. This is a really good pull for Egg. He's going to get to stay at his bottom Fate to Fate next turn due to Tien, as well as punch Android 16 to get him out of there. And he gets to put Mr. Satan at the top Fate. He did pull Gohan, would have preferred probably pulling Trunks, but it is what it is. Most of his Fate cards are out, and Kidjays is going to go and get another Fate in there. There's Krillin, right, and this last card is Trunks then. So, gonna throw Krillin down. Yeah, Carnival is fine, I think. Carnival, I think any location other than Arena probably would have been a good pick here. Even Arena would have been fine. Ooh, we're going to see a Persuasion to get rid of this Time Stop. Even though Sayaka is only at -2. Probably just planning to hit a Torment later, wanting to open up the top Fate and put some more pressure on Egg. Multiform over to Gohan, start weakening him up. We're also going to see a Cell Jr. get ready for punching Krillin later on. Hunting Witches and Body Destruction. Body Destruction is fair, stopping that fate. I could have seen the Ophelia discard also being an option here, but Egg is in Showdown and is punching people. He really wants to stop Kidjays from fading as much as he can. This is going to be a very close game. The problem here is that the two strongest witches are not out yet for Kidjays, so what he really needs to do is he needs to get those witches out and go straight for... he really is going to have to tragedy at least Modica if he wants a chance at winning this. Discarding Walpurgisnacht. Being at the park here is really bad for him. That Body Destruction was really poorly timed. Because he would have really liked to have probably played one of... I think he's holding both wishes in hand. We're going to see a Machinations here, and Kidjays is actually going to move Sayaka back to the school rooftop. Interesting. I thought we would have seen her thrown all the way over to downtown here. Perfect barrier for the free kill on Krillin with the Cell Jr. and then punching Goku. Not bad. Now, what is Kidjays going to do? He is going to go to the school rooftop. He's going to tragedy? Oh. Okay, so he's going to tragedy Sayaka. That's not going to let him get tragedy back, but he is reshuffling. And he gets a power back from losing Charlotte, so there goes Sayaka. This is going to let him fate and then potentially play. This could actually, yeah, I could see this play working out pretty well. He gets to fate now, and he gets Goku right back, which is incredible. Ooh, don't want to put Goku at Carnival, though. Don't want to put Goku at Carnival. Probably want to put Goku at... Oh, no, I don't know about that. I think that was a mistake. Now he just gets to go fate and punch Goku. I think it would have been, much more worth, Kidjays' time to throw Goku back at Arena instead, just to stop any Kamehamehas on this next turn and to make Arena harder to uncover for Cell. Now it's very possible that Cell can uncover Arena if only Piccolo is there. A big charade, though, probably trying to get back to Tragedy and other such cards that will let him quick kill Modica or anyone else. We're going to see a multiform move over to Piccolo, weaken him up, followed by a Fate, Friendship, which is dead, and Body Destruction. Ooh. Shuffling right back to the Body Destruction immediately really hurts for Kidjays. Not being able to put any Fate pressure here to try and stop this Arena uncover is really going to hurt him. Yeah, I think putting Goku at Carnival there was a bit of a mistake. Egg was maybe debating not killing Goku there because of Senzu Beans, maybe? I'm not sure why. He's typing something, but we don't look at the text chat during this. Okay. I don't know what happened there. But this is a less than ideal turn for Kidjays because he has the wishes in his hand and he really wants to play them, but he does not want to play them here. Oh, okay, he's going to throw out Gertrude and do this little song and dance. All right. And then play one of the wishes, probably Hammer or Modica. I feel like Modica is probably the one to play here and then try and move Ophelia into... Oh, he's going to Omnipresence it. I think probably playing Modica and then try and move Ophelia into... He's going to do Hamura, though. He could still do the same thing with Hamura, move Ophelia in, then along with Gertrude, just do a Tragedy. He has to be planning on a Tragedy kill at this point. He is not going to outspeed Cell without tragedying at least Hamura or Modica. Ideally, he really wants to tragedy them both, honestly. This is going to be a free Piccolo kill. He's at 0 thanks to the Absorb, so he keeps the Cell Jr. Yeah, this is why it would have been a lot better to put Goku at Arena. It would have been a lot harder for Cell to have this Fate pressure going right now. That's probably going to be an Ophelia kill. No, he's actually going to stop the move. He doesn't want the Ophelia move into the Tragedy. This does give Kidjays a lot of Fate ability, though, while he tries to draw a Tragedy or Hopeful Wish, as well as letting Hamura tick down a little bit. If Kidjays can clash Hamura, then he can pretty easily set up a, Ooh, double crippling blow! We've seen that Fate like 4 times in this tournament! What is happening? How does that keep happening? That is very unfortunate for Kidjays. I'm not sure that I would call that a game decider, but this late in the game, getting such a, an impotent fate, as I would call it, against Cell at this point, when it's honestly a very close game, is going to be very rough. Definitely the way that Kidjays wins this is he manages to lower Hamura enough to clash with her, and then with her buying him a turn or two of, like, fate resistance due to her ability as a witch, getting out Madoka to Ophelia and doing a tragedy. Or getting his hands on Charlotte. Whatever works. We're going to see another move on Multiform to weaken Gohan here. He's now at 4 strength. Instant transmit. Just a bug drone for 1? Okay. Unnecessary play, but I respect it. Back to the start, so Hamura cannot die. Honestly, I feel like Friendship might have done more there, to be honest. But, Hamura is safe until Madoka comes out. That'll be the end of Egg's turn. Yeah, I gotta get some fate pressure going here while he can. Kidjays knows what he's gotta do. Time Chamber and Senzu both pretty good here. Time Chamber would probably aim at Gohan and Vegeta, but I feel like Senzu on probably Goku to Arena. Or maybe even Goku to Ginger. Honestly, this might be the time to put Goku at Ginger Town, put him away from one of the Mini Cell Juniors. I don't agree with putting him at Carnival. Cell likes going to... Oh, Piccolo, actually. Piccolo to Arena? I'm not sure if I'd do Piccolo or Goku here, but I respect the Piccolo play. Especially since Cell only has 5 powers, so he can't easily do big Kamehamehas anyway. Although I do worry about Tropical Island, double Kamehameha, Tien, Vegeta, Punch Gohan, now that I think about it. That Goku would have stopped. But Piccolo is also going to be a hassle to deal with. Is that literally what we're about to see? The Senzu being just passed, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah, I think playing Goku might have been the better play. The Piccolo play to really cover Arena to try and buy some fate time wasn't a bad one. But I think with looking at the board state and whatnot, I think that would have been the better call. He can vary. Egg has win on board, essentially, provided he has perfect barrier or absorb. So Kidjays absolutely has to fade here. 16, big help. Throw him over to Ginger Town, probably. Anywhere that there isn't a Cell Jr. would be my suggestion. Yeah, Kidjays has to keep this fate pressure, and he is making progress as he's doing it. Hamura is getting weaker and weaker. The big risk for Kidjays is... Ooh, throwing down Charlotte. Okay, so now even a Hunting Witches doesn't turn off the Labyrinth. A transformation will get Hamura out of there, though. Also throwing down an Immortality. Fair. Can't kill Hamura until he gets Madoka out, though, is the big problem. Egg is going to go to Arena, even though he can't clash. Unless he's going to play a Cell Jr. or something similar. He's going to instant transmit to weaken Piccolo and then use the Cell Jr. to open it. Indeed, he is. That'll handle that. And then throw down a Reconnaissance. Why not? Hunting Witches. Yeah, on Ophelia seems fair. Ophelia or Charlotte won. Actually, time-stopping the top fate also makes a lot of sense. Egg really wants to... I think that might be the best play, actually. Egg just really wants to buy, like, a turn of not being faded, and he has this game in the bag. What do we have here? It's Goku. Now would be the time to put Goku at Arena for sure. Yes. Very good idea. I believe Egg just disconnected. Oh dear. I've had this problem with Egg before where occasionally he will just DC. So he will probably be back in a minute, and we will have a quick little jump cut to rectify this. Okay, I believe we're back in. Immortality is proccing because of the time stop fate, right? And Egg appears to be back in. He's good to go. So we're going to see... I'm interested in shuffling back in... I get shuffling in another Immortality. I'm interested in shuffling back in Sherrod at this point. Maybe he's planning on a... he's Hail Marrying on using Sherrod to get to, like, a double tragedy or something similar. I guess I could see. I really don't think he can afford to use tragedy on Hamura at this point. Is the main thing. Ooh, Hopeful Wish to just throw Madoka down right there. That's also very interesting. He needs to get rid of Back to the Start, I get that. But I'm a little worried about getting Madoka out way over at Madoka's bedroom. I mean, I guess there's always the possibility of of... Oh, Machinations. Okay. I don't know about Machinations and Tropical Islands, though. I feel like Cell can probably get away with not going to that location anymore. Also, I feel like the game might just be over because this is set up for Cell to win, but there's not really anything that Kidjays could do about that, I feel like. Going over just to gain 3, only has 1 play a card here because Companion doesn't work if there's not a hero present, unless he persuades Monica over. He doesn't have enough to Tragedy Hamura here either. He's 1 power short. He needs to pay 2 to Charlotte and 2 to play the card in the first place. Persuading over Hamura, which gets rid of the thing. Does he have a Torment? Is he gonna Companion Clasher? Potentially? No, he's just gonna throw down Elsa Maria over at the time stop 1. And then there's not really anything else he can do. And that is, unfortunately, for Kidjays, going to be game with the Cell Jr. Punch and the Goku Punch. Really good game. Really good game. Couldn't quite get to the tragedy setup that he needed. There's Walpurgisnacht. Walpurgisnacht also didn't come out to help. But good game from both players. Very well done. Good win for Egg, and good effort from Kidjays. And I think we're going to move really quick here, so I'm probably not even going to need a jump cut. Yes, I believe we're just good to go. They always move it like, I just moved the camera to where it needs to be, you charlatans. They always are like, oh no, Chaos probably needs it in the center. Let's move it over to the center. On to game 2. What are we going to see here? Kidjays is the starting player, so he's going to ban Dio again. I believe he banned Dio in the first one. And he is going to get to counterpick Egg. And Egg is going to... Okay, cool. Good bans, guys. Good bans. Just a run back of what it was before. I don't know if Kidjays knows how to play Gendo, like, competitively. I don't know if Egg had to worry about banning Gendo or not. But I also know that Egg does not like playing against Gendo, so, you know, it is what it is. And Egg is just going to run Cell back. Had a good showing with him in that game. May as well try it again. And Kidjays will pick in response... Will we just see a double run back? A double run back! Alright! Play the tape again, ladies and gentlemen. I believe the only difference here this time is that Kidjays is going first, whereas Egg went first before. That was a pretty close game we just had, so I can understand why they would, why Kidjays would be willing to run it back. He was in a pretty good position. Egg was just a little bit quicker. If Kidjays had just been able to find a good opportunity to hit a tragedy on Hamura or Monica when they came out, then he could have had it. It would have been insanely close. Egg did mulligan, did not like his starting hand. And I believe we're ready to go. Indeed we are. So Kidjays is going to be going straight to Monica's bedroom. Not using the top fade out the gate, so it could end up getting covered. He is going to cover Egg's top fate, though. Probably just really wanted to get some discarding going, I had to imagine. Yeah, Persuasion, Immortality, not great cards early in the game. And going ahead and throwing out Gertrude. Pretty good first turn, I would say. Pretty good first turn. Egg, likewise, is going to his very similar location and is once again getting the turn 1 time stop, which is less than ideal for QB, but it is what it is. And then we're going to see a Disappearances to get some power off of Piccolo. And then a big discard, because none of those cards say Android on them. So not really what he's looking for. Kidjays probably has a not-so-great hand if he's going to his bottom discard this turn. Indeed, he is. Not a great hand. Choosing to keep that Persuasion, which is interesting. What is he playing here? Oh, was it a scheme? He played Immortality. Okay. Egg is going to Gingertown. This is a battle of the discarders. Yeah, they both just hate their starting hands. They shuffled all of the cards they did not want into the top 10. So they are just taking turns discarding. Oh my goodness, a discard action? On Kidjays? Can you believe it? Well, this is going to be a time chamber, I imagine. You could Crippling Blow. It wouldn't be the worst, but I feel like making him have to deal with Piccolo at Arena being even one stronger is a huge boon, especially this early in the game. There's the first Labyrinth already. Probably has a Wish in hand, has a pretty good chance of having a Wish or Omnipresence in hand here. So probably going to get that set up and underway here. Another time stop for Egg. He's going to block that discard because, as we know, the discard action, as we've seen thus far, is incredible. One of the most important actions in Disville. Or not Disville, in Annaville. It's also one of the most important ones in Disville. That's why I said Disville. It's because I've talked with my friend Dance about how important it is in Disville so many times, I'm just used to saying it. Still one of the most important actions in Annaville as well. In Villainous, really. Bug Drone and Supercomputer on the Explosive Coercion there, and then just ditching all the other cards from Egg. And then ditching a bunch more cards. Or at least a couple of cards. One or two. Are we going to see... Yep, I think we're going to see the Wish here. It's going to be an Omnipresence Wish. I wonder if he's going to throw out one of the lower strength ones, or if he's this time going to go straight for Hummer or Modica. He's got a really good stranglehold on Cell's Top Fate right now with a 3-strength Piccolo. And the possibility of just throwing out another hero there soon. Nope, but he is just going to go for Sayaka, wants to get an early kill, which is also very fair because this is at his top fate, so it gives him the potential to get his top fate back open at some point. Egg is going to run over to Tropical Islands, gain 3, throw down his supercomputer, throw down a Bug Drone to recoup that 2 power. I love Bug Drone. And then he gets to double it back and forth to get 9. That's optimal Cell gameplay right there. That's some real Cell skill. Kidjays deciding if he wants to go gain power at downtown or if he wants to go to Monica's bedroom to Fate, and he is going to choose to get the power at downtown in the end. And we're going to see a charade here to set up his deck a little bit. Did not discard anything. Charade does let you discard, right? Yeah. So must have seen a lot of really good cards. We're going to see Machinations thrown down at Gingertown to see if Cell goes there at some point or another. But Egg, of course, is going to go to Carnival and keep his fate pressure up. He's really wanting a transformation right now to hit Sayaka with. He's going to Friendship. That also works. Friendship better than, whatchamacallit here, I would say. Some discards from Cell. Even better than a transformation here, because the transformation would most likely move Sayaka off of the top fate. Kidjays, not pleased with this, is going to go take his time to Fate now. Honestly, Krillin is neat, but I think a Time Chamber on 17 Piccolo here isn't too shabby. Yeah. 4-strength Piccolo and 4-strength Android 17. They're in the middle of their fight from the anime. At the Tropical Islands. Like, look, like, 17 is already there. If only Piccolo was there too, it'd be so canon. They're going to see the Lonely Wish to get Mommy out, which is going to get rid of that time stop at Monica's bedroom. And that will be a really good target for Machinations, which Egg considered triggering there, but decided didn't want to. We're going to see the Drain on 17 with Absorb, which is going to get him 2 power and get rid of that +1. Gaining 3 at Tropical Islands as well. Pretty decent turn, big power gain, a little bit of weakening on, what's-his-face? What are we going to get here from Kidjays? He's going to go to downtown. He wants to gain more power instead of probably tormenting at School Rooftop. It makes more sense to go for the downtown play right now. Persuasion to go ahead and bring Mommy all the way over here. Open back up that gain 1 and discard at Monica's bedroom. That's fair. That discard and gain are very, very useful. And that'll be the end of his turn. Now, what is Egg going to do? Going to Carnival. Who could have guessed? Who could have seen this coming? We're going to see a Time Machine to Piccolo. I think that was an Absorb that just got shuffled in. Got to be really close to drawing Android 18 if he hasn't already. Also, haven't seen Multiform yet. Got to be getting close on that. I thought he was fading. Discarding Special Beam and Regen is a little interesting to me here. But he must just really want to get to 18 and Rush, which is totally fair. Transform? Could transform Sayaka, and indeed he is going to, moving Sayaka over. He's going to move Gertrude. Actually going to decide just to time stop the bedroom instead to block that gain 1 discard again, which is honestly a major headache for QB to constantly be losing that that little bit of power gain as well as discard for hand movement. Goku is here. I could see Goku at Gingertown or Arena here. Playing Goku to Carnival again. I just, like... I can't get behind these Goku to Carnival plays. It makes no sense to me. Like, now, whenever Cell goes to use the bottom fate because he likes going to the bottom fate, he's just going to choose to, like, play Absorbs on Goku to start weakening him up. It takes away his gain 1 discard, I guess, but, like, at the end of the day, it's not doing great. We're going to see the Machinations trigger, which is going to move Mommy. Is he going to use it to get rid of this time stop? He's actually going to move Sayaka over to downtown to open up his top fate, and potentially he could go Clash Sayaka and gain 3 at the same time. There's Android 18, going straight to Carnival. Surprise, surprise. And then moving over Bug Drone to gain 2. Thinking better of it. Nah, he's going to do it, but he's just going to discard another card first. That's fair. The power gain is good. I feel like Supercomputer might have been the better move there to get it at that bottom fate he keeps going to, but it can still be useful at the gain 3, especially when 17 is still there. There's the other Labyrinth, and he's going to get to clash with Sayaka here, which is going to get Octavia. And then Mommy starts getting weakened from here on. He is going to find the Tragedy that I believe we saw him discard way earlier in the game and put it into his hand. So we could actually see Kirsten and Octavia used to just kill Mommy and get her out of here. Potentially. There's the Multiform, which is going to get that -1 on Android 18. Followed by Hunting Witches and Friendship. Probably going to be an Octavia discard. Indeed it is. So that gets rid of Octavia. So no Tragedy happening there just yet. And that is the end of Egg's turn. Oh, also Appeal to Pride happened, right. So Piccolo has been moved from Arena over to Carnival. Fair and understandable. I imagine we're going to see Kidjays get his top fate here. Probably top fate and then play a wish to get someone else on this Labyrinth, I would say. Android 16 and Gohan. Android 16 at Gingertown over Arena, I can respect it. It means that Kidjays is likely to get faded, but he probably doesn't care too much about getting faded right now. We're going to see Companion played. No wish, doesn't have one in hand or wants to try and keep his top fate open longer. Egg looks like he is just going to pass up on the opportunity to fate and instead put pressure and go fast. And just go absorb Android 16 and kill him real quick. We could see a 17 kill on Egg's turn, potentially. Egg is going to go back over to downtown, get a huge chunk of power. And, ooh, Madness on Kirsten. That's not going to quite be enough, though. Unless he has a Torment. That'll do it. So that will allow him to clash Mommy, but it's going to kill her, not recruit her, because Companion is still in play, unfortunately. But that is two heroes down. Multiform over to 17, followed by the Absorb. I thought we might see this. And this is going to get Egg into semi-perfect. And he is in a very easy scenario, especially with those 4 cards drawn. All it takes is a Perfect Barrier, Absorb, or an Instant Transmit, and he will be into Showdown again. And Vegeta and Mr. Satan. That's definitely going to be... yeah, put Mr. Satan in your discard pile. Great plan. Yeah, Vegeta to Arena makes a lot of sense here. Finally got the Grief Seeds. Took a long time to get those out. Grief Seeds is a very big part of QB's game plan for being able to have enough power to do things like Tragedy and just keep plays going in general. Since QB doesn't really have any other power generation. Time Stop and Hunting Witches. Yeah, just killing Charlotte here makes a lot of sense. Does give Kidjays 1 power, but it gets rid of Charlotte, the one who would be most likely to use that power, so you know. And then we're seeing Perfect Barrier played. Actually, an Instant Transmit, keeping the Perfect Barrier to move Supercomputer, to then use Supercomputer to move Multiform. I approve of this. I approve of this play. So this is going to be perfection for Cell, putting him into Showdown. He's going to grab Cell games. I believe he's guaranteed a Tien here. Indeed he is, Trunks and Tien. He really wants to see Mr. Satan and maybe Krillin. Krillin would probably be nice, just not Gohan. Well, that's Gohan, so definitely the one he did not want to see. But he got Tien while at the bottom fate, and he got Mr. Satan, which is pretty good, provided Kidjays can't... where is Kidjays? Kidjays is probably going to go for a fate here. Kidjays would really want to see Android 16 And he has a 50-50 shot of doing it, so an Android 16 pull would be really good for Kidjays, or a Time Chamber would also do nicely. Krillin works about just as well. That puts Piccolo and Goku out of clash range for Cell, assuming he doesn't have some kind of strength dropper. We're going to see Kidjays play Companion to replace Companion just to get some more cards out of hand to do some more drawing. There's the multiform move onto Gohan. Start weakening him down. Got to get him to 4 strength ASAP. Multiform is such a funny card. Sometimes I forget Cell even did this move. Oh, followed by an instant transmit onto Goku. So Goku is at 4, which means he can be punched now. Ooh, body destruction. Yep, that sucks. Bad timing on that for Kidjays. He's going to get to punch Goku here. Get him out. That Piccolo at 4 strength, though, is going to be a bit of an issue. Cell's going to have to punch that a lot. But it's also Piccolo's at the bottom fate, so that's where you want him to be for this. Kidjays being forced to take a turn of gaining and discarding here. We're going to see him play Charade. Charade, whatever you want to call it. Scheherazade from Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. I will say, despite having gone first this time, Kidjays, I think, is in a bit of a weaker position than he was last game. He's only got 2 witches out, and he hasn't changed any of them. Well, he changed Sayaka. He clashed Sayaka, but she got hit by hunting witches. But he did not get Mommy. Ooh, Hopeful Wish. Feeling a little desperate, I would say. And then throwing a Machinations. A Tropical Island. I feel like Arena probably would have been the better bet there. Even though Egg is going to Ginger Town here. We're going to see the special beam to kill Krillin for 1. Then probably just some big discarding from Egg, followed by punching Trunks to just get some heroes out of here. Yep. Must not have had a Cell Jr. or anything in hand to be able to open up Arena, because he could have very easily opened Arena here. And faded in the same turn. Getting rid of the perfect barrier. Okay. Kidjays probably going to be going to the school rooftop here. Yep, taking advantage of that top fate while he's got the opportunity. You don't fate from the discard pile, silly. Time Chamber in 16. Honestly? Mr. Satan, huh? Okay. If I was gonna Time Chamber here over 16, which I think I would have played 16 here, I feel like I probably would have Time Chambered Piccolo to just keep him as strong as possible. We are going to see the Selfish Wish, which I think is smart here. Kyoko is the weakest one left, and he needs to start working these girls down. It's going to be a -1 on Gohan, followed by Disappearances for 5. Cell has so much power, he can really start throwing out Kamehamehas. He's going to punch Piccolo at the end of his turn to get him -1. And he's going to kill Gertrude, because that's the only option. That is going to gain 1 from Grief Seeds. And that'll be the end of Egg's turn. This guy punched Piccolo by putting down that -1 on him and then faded. That's out of order. I'm going to have to ban him from the tournament. Kidjays going for another fate here. Reshuffling the deck. Wants to get Goku and 16 back around. Goku off the rip is very nice. I think Ginger Town is probably a good call here. Put him out of the way of everyone else. Make Cell have to take a turn he doesn't really like. What Kidjays really needs right now is another ally to throw out to get these labyrinths back on. Oh, and he's actually going to Selfish Wish to get Hamura out. Did he pay power for that? I'm not sure why. Did he pay power for that? I don't know what happened right there. Or did he mistakenly gain power when he shouldn't have? Explosive Coercion for 3, which is the maximum Goku allows. Well, there's all the Cell Juniors. I don't think all 4 of them at once is what Egg wanted to see. He only had 9 cards in his deck, so he probably should have just paid 2 for this. He's going to take 1 Cell Junior, and I missed what the other one was. I think it was Absorb, maybe? And then he's just going to punch Goku and call it a day after he does some discarding. What Egg really wants right now is just Kamehamehas. He just wants to start using Kamehameha to clean up all of these remaining heroes, because he can afford to do 2 full power Kamehamehas right now. Kidjays, desperate for power, is going to go over to downtown, gain 3 and persuade Kyoko over, and then torment her to get her down one. All of the girls are here, but Kidjays is not in a very good position. Gonna transform Madoka onto the top fate and take the strength tokens off of Kyoko. Yep. Gonna hit Piccolo with an absorb and a multiform, which is gonna put him at -1. So he can just punch Piccolo out of here. He's gotten rid of that huge stockpile of strength Piccolo had earlier. And we are almost at a Kamehameha winning the game, other than the fact that Gohan is at 5 strength. Very close to a Kamehameha being able to end it all. Time Chamber and Android 16. Going for Time Chamber again. Hitting Gohan and then presumably Vegeta to put him out of that punch range. That's fair. Gingertown, huh? Getting a -1 back on Gohan at whatever cost. Throwing out a Cell Jr., getting that ready to punch Vegeta. Kind of interested that he's aiming that at Vegeta instead of Gohan, but I'm sure he has a plan with the cards he has in hand. Kidjays is going straight back over to downtown. He really needs to get some allies out, and there one is Walpurgisnacht, so that's going to be -2 to Madoka at the end of this turn. Moving over the multiform to get that +1 off of Vegeta, and then there's a Kamehameha for 6. Going to kill Mr. Satan and Vegeta with it, and this is going to put him at a very strong win con because he gets to punch Tien at the end of his turn. And I don't think there... Yeah, there goes Walpurgisnacht. That's unfortunate. I don't think there is anything Kidjays can do to open up this fate. So all Egg needs is a strength reduction card. Or instant transmission. So of course Kidjays has to fate. Gonna throw Trunks down there. That's not gonna save him the game, assuming that Egg has the other Kamehameha in hand. An instant transmit or a perfect barrier plus Kamehameha at Arena would be game. I'm not sure if there's any other combination that can do it. There's also Maria to Madoka to start weakening her. Oh, multiform move and then Kamehameha will also do it. Yep, that's another way to do it. Is just to go do the move. And that's going to be a double kill, and that will be the game for Egg. Winning the QB Cell matchup twice in a row. Good for him. Kidjays, unfortunately, had a bit of a worse deck shuffle this time. Couldn't get to Grief Seeds very quickly. Didn't seem to have great ally timings, all things considered. And kind of struggled to get any... Also didn't get any good opportunities to clash heroes and keep them. Ended up losing Mommy to Companion, and that was really rough to recover from. But Egg, very well done on rushing his objective here and playing some good tight Cell games here. But yeah, that will be it for Kidjays versus Egg. No third game, unfortunately. So let's go take a look at the bracket. So with that, Egg has beaten Kidjays and moves on to round 2 of Tournament Arc 2024. His opponent will end up being either Never Early or the One Woomy, whoever ends up winning that match, which we will hopefully be seeing soon. We've still got 4 more matches to go in round 1, and you'll be seeing them incredibly soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, farewell.